Yes, this is Danny Pepperseed live and direct for World of Reggae from Reggae Geel, and next to me is the legendary Damian Jr. Gong Marley. Damian, how you doing?
Yeah, man. Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So, show was wicked to me. So, what's your own vibe about it?
Yes, it was a good show. I mean, we didn't have a lot of shows out here in Europe. Actually, it's the only show that we did for the summer here in Europe. So, I really feel the energy of the people. There wasn't any acts left after us, but the people really waited out and stayed to see us and had a great energy, so we give thanks.
Yeah, definitely, because the show was, the energy was so up. I saw your show at Rebel Salute this year, like in January. According to me, that was really like the best show for the 2 nights. Like it was standing out. Like Wayne Marshall was there, like Baby Sham was there, so it was like a complete package. But the energy levels of that show, that was really wicked. The band is so cool. So how did you get it together so tight, man?
Well, we've been touring for quite some time now together. Actually, this unit that we're moving with, we've been moving together since about 2005. So come next year, it will be 10 years. You know what I mean? So after a time of playing together, you find so we really start to know each other. You can read even people's body language to a certain level, and so you know what to do. And, there's a chemistry that just is built over time. And I feel like that has a whole heap to do with it. You know what I mean? And again, too, even a show like Rebel Salute, it's been quite a while since we've been able to do a show for that kind of audience in Jamaica. 'Cause most of the time we would appear in Jamaica would be on a show like Sumfest. And it's not everybody can really afford to go to Sumfest, you know what I mean? So that was a nice opportunity for us to really touch base with a lot of the core fans who haven't seen us for quite a while. So, yeah.
Yeah, really great. Now, well, let's touch your catalog. You're not really a man that drops like a lot of tunes. So when you drop a tune, it's really like a bombshell. One of your most recent tunes that you did was for your keyboard player Winter. On the Rootsman rhythm, you have Here Comes Trouble by Chronics on it, the Jesse Royal, Modern Day Judas, and then your tune dropped, Gunman World. So when I listen to that tune, I say, this tune is so deep. And every time I was listening it was so, the lyrics are so deep and so real. So what made you write that tune?
Well, the idea for that song is an idea that exists. The idea itself is over 10 years old. You know what I mean? We had some of the lyrics and some of the parts from years and years ago, which is kind of how I deal with a lot of my ideas sometimes. It takes like a while to come to the forefront, So, when Winter was doing his rhythm, I thought it was a perfect chance now to really put this song together and present it to the public. Being that I'm an advocate of the new, so-called new roots movement, but I'm an advocate of the younger generation, especially those who have positive things to say toward their peers, you know what I mean, and which a lot of those people are on that rhythm. So, and being that, of course, Winter is my musician, it was great for me to give a strength toward his project also. Well, I said, the song really is based upon ideas and concepts that we've had for quite some time now, and that really come about just through to even reasoning with brethren of ours who have to face certain situations in life, you know what I mean, and retelling their story, yeah.
Really a tough song. I've been playing it a lot on my radio show as well. So there was another project that you did last year. That was, well, actually you did 2 projects last year that were of major influence. Like, of course, like the Chris Ellis EP. Christopher Ellis, like one of the Ghetto Youth's international talents, son of the late great Alton Ellis, and also just like your dad, coming out of the Trenchtown community, So you did do that EP, and then of course there was the Setup Shop compilation, and part of that was of course like Black Am I, who was on the show tonight as well. Tell us a bit about that project, how that came together, because that was a strong compilation as well.
Yes, well, of recent we've been making strong strides toward exposing new talent, young talent. For years we've always had the Ghetto Youths label, which is, the umbrella for basically Julian, Stephen, and myself, as the brothers, where we've always operated with that as our brand. And the intention of that brand has always been for us to expose talent, young talent, especially from the reggae genre, to the world. So over the last maybe 2 years, we've been making some really strong steps toward doing so. Like we just said, namely Christopher Ellis EP. We did also an album with Wayne Marshall, also the Setup Shop venture. My nephew Joseph Joe Mercer has just released an EP of his own also. So all of these things are within the consolidation of the Ghetto Youths brand, you know what I mean, and being put forward by our labels. So that is part of our dream and ambition since my first album coming up. You know what I mean? So now that we feel like we've really reached to a stage now where we've laid a certain foundation, it's time for us now to help some of the younger talents expose themselves, and that is what that is all about. Yeah.
Yeah, well, great. Well, do you have any projects currently working on, like for example, like a brand new album of yourself?
Yeah, I've started to work on a new album of my own right now. Also, we intend to do a part two, or I should say a volume two, to the Setup Shop compilation. My brother Steve has an album coming out soon also. A lot of us have been in the studios doing work, so there's a lot of things coming out. But yes, I am working on a new album for myself.
Right. Well, that's great. That's good to hear. I think like a lot of your fans looking forward to that and willing to hear some new stuff, some freshness. Well, thanks a lot for your time. I know, these shows are always hectic and a lot of people, want to rope in and yeah, man. So, do you have anything special to say to all our viewers on World of Reggae?
Well, I want to say to all the viewers, thank you very much for supporting reggae music, first of all, and also, of course, thank you for supporting my family and my extended family, my crew, and keep loving and supporting reggae music, God bless us all, Rastafari.
All right, Damian, thanks very much for your time, This was Danny Pepperseed, live and direct from Reggae Geel.